what are folks in the insurance industry prioritizing right now? And in what order do they start thinking about the other metrics if they ever get there?
Yeah, I can start because Michelle probably has like a broader view of the market than I do. I would say, like revenue is also, gross premiums written is also another one that's really important in the insurance space. Loss ratios are really important. I hear about them all the time right now. But I think, like you think about like what we're talking about here is like operational efficiencies to drive what? Operational efficiencies to drive scale. So most insurance carriers, if you talk to them, they can't even get to every submission that's hitting their inbox today to clear or know if they should quote or not quote it, right? So like, what does that mean? It means it's really like a first in, first out, or this is the first one I saw first out situation, right? So really what they're doing is they're just looking at the things they can get to versus in a world where you have like technology enabling like those processes, you could actually like look at every submission that hits that inbox and know if you should respond or not. So what does that mean? Well, that means you could clear more business, you could quote more business, you could bind more business, which means like your gross written premiums go up and your loss ratio should go down because again, like you have your preparers turning into reviewers on that data to ensure that you're writing the right risk. So that's the revenue driver, I would say, for most of these carriers that we're working with. To your question of like, where are they starting? Like what's going on in the market? What I'm seeing is like the underwriting workbench is like top of mind right now for most of the carriers we work with. So it's not just how do I intake this data and really like ingest it in like an efficient way as quickly as possible so that way I can respond, because usually the carrier that responds first is the one that wins, is what we've been told, meaning like they're the ones that end up binding the business. So I think, for them, it's like, how can I ingest it quickly and how can I respond quickly? So those are like, and how can I get to all of it, right? So like those are like the biggest things. But then there's like a decision engine that sits under it. So what I'm seeing with most of our customers is they're really investing heavily into underwriting workbenches to help drive those decisions. So you've got a tool that's taking it in, you've got a tool that's helping like drive the decisions to then really like fulfill like that side of the house. The second area that I'm seeing most of our insurance customers go into is then like the claim side. So like talking about FNOL and like what does that do? Well, it makes your customers sticky, right? So like you want to talk about then you're coming back to underwriting, right? Like that business has to renew. And like if you weren't like on top of it when it comes to like processing their claims, do you think they're really going to want to renew with you? Like the answer is no, right? So now that's like the second phase that I'm starting to see is really around claims. And then like we talk a lot about policy servicing now is like really the third like kind of like tranche you're seeing them go after. I don't know, Michelle, what you're seeing, but it's really what I'm seeing right now with our insurance customers.